Hell rappers.
What a start. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Good to have you here. Good to be back.
We need to get... You need to teach me how to send you parts to send on the soundboard so we have like sound bites, because that will be insane. Like, keep putting in sound come rappers. You know what also I thought would be insane to be on a soundboard? Did you see Kyle McCord on Gruden's camp?
Yes.
And he was like, fucking NIL players recruit themselves. That would be an insane, like, if we talked about like the transfer portal or something, and you were just like, and I'm like, yeah, he wants more NIL money, and you just hit it. Like one of the topics we had today. Like, if you could just hit that fucking, oh my god, that'd be so
if it can
funny.
just be like a MP3 thing.
I can easily do it.
Then just put it in a drive, and I could just download it and then put it on the card and then put it on here.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking hilarious.
And once you know how to do that, then you could just throw a bunch in the drive.
Does MP4 work?
Well, you can do it like a...
Or maybe I can do MP3. There's YouTube to MP3.
Yeah, there's YouTube to MP3.
MP4, but they have YouTube MP3. That's old school, but that's what we're going to have to do.
Yeah, there's cracked websites.
That would be... Yeah, I'll be downloading music.
Yeah.
Bro, oh my god, that'd be so funny.
That'd be perfect for some of the shit that we're talking about.
And like, bro, we can have like a PK Subban one in there.
I know. We will be talking about him a little bit later.
Guys playing hurt. Like, I could just hear it now, bro.
Well, it's actually a comparison between two players. We won't get there. We won't get there now. We will be getting there. What's up, guys? Welcome in. Thanks for coming back. All Day Bets, Alex Jacobs, Manny, Ruffin. We are so excited to... warmer weather is on the horizon. Getting back on the golf course.
First in the Samba sold you
so badly, man. Like, make it
like depressed when I got to check the scoreboard. I was in the van. I checked. I was like, oh wow, this motherfucker cannot find a guy.
And then I caught Justin Rose on the 15th hole at 4-1 live when he made the birdie, and Rory was putting for bogey after he went in the water on 13. And
all right, well,
it was a sharp line because Rory then missed the putt, so he doubled, and then they were tied at 11. And then, like, I was just like,
what the fuck?
Hate watching Rory. Like,
but the
that's
thing
what I was
is,
doing.
maybe this is just, maybe I'm not interpreting golf like you interpret golf. You watch it way longer than I have. I'm never pulling a Justin Rose bet. He almost did it. He literally almost did it, but I'm just never doing that.
My dad showed me this. It was a it was a picture of a Justin Rose ticket of plus 7,000. Got it pre-tournament, and he sent the screenshot to my dad of the ticket right before they went to the playoff. I'm like, if they offer, what do you think? So it was a $50 wager on that. So payout's like $3,500. So what do you think the cash out would be for that? Do you think they're giving you like 1,000?
800, 900, yeah.
So do you take that and then you hedge with Rory?
No. Not plus 7K, bro. I mean, not the way you pop bet it either. I know exactly how he bet it. Hell nah. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, but watching the playoff was it was crazy. I mean, like, good for golf. That was the best outcome for golf.
Rory was playing like you out there.
I just wanted
Rory was playing like you out, but Rory was playing when he shanked that chip. I literally thought, I was like, wow, that is my boy.
We're
rolling,
dude. He's 85 yards away in the water. Like, how did he even?
No, because you can relate. I feel like that's the shit you do. Up and down day, we're rolling. No, we found a way to stabilize. Somehow had a couple birdies. I hit another great driver. It was a second shot he hit down to where he point. We had to hit the wedge. And we're in the middle of the fairway, so you probably hit your Comstock 5-iron down there, pured it. We do a little handshake. We get in the car. We doing a cam. I'm like, yo, hit this wedge. My boy get out there. Shake.
The wedge. Chunk the wedge.
No.
I will say, too, though, some of those shots that he had, like bending around the trees, going up and over the trees. I mean, like, the level of skill. I mean, those shots that he had on Sunday in the Masters at one of the, if not most notorious golf courses in America, in all probably of world of golf, like, those shots may go down as like some of the best in history of the game.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, just major props, like,
to win a Grand Slam.
I've seen some people talking, like, obviously there were hella people, hella with the video of him walking back from the match after he won, like, crying and shit. I saw some people, like, making fun of him. I haven't been the biggest Rory guy, but I think just pointing out, like, the mental battle he went through, like, dude, like, from the jump. You double bogey on 1. Bruh, I'm doing this shit again. Like, again, I'm doing this shit. Then you bounce back, and then you go down again. It's like you're sitting there like, yo, I'm really doing this shit again. And then he shanks it on, what was that, 15 or
13,
13? It's like, he had like probably 3 moments in that round where he was like,
I'm doing it again.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that mental battle on a golf course is probably insane. And as a person who wasn't the biggest Rory fan ever, I really had to tip my cap. And that's a classic match. Like, when they upload that full round on YouTube, that's one of them joints I'm probably having to tuck, watch the final round, watch the playoff. Like, that's real good shit on Rory. I can't lie.
I will say,
that's one of them things where, like, if you weren't a fan, it turns you into a fan. Or if you weren't the people that was, like, doing the live golf thing, even though I enjoyed that he picked a side, if you were like, I don't fucking Rory for what he did, I feel like that's, like, a great golf story where everyone's like, yeah, we all kind of tipped our cap for Rory.
And he got the Grand Slam.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
My favorite part about that day, too, is, like, I did nothing on Masters Sunday but sit in front of the TV for that entire coverage. It was like one of the most fun rounds of golf that I've ever watched. That one, and then Saturday's round was electric too because I had Bryson.
That's still
so
like
Bryson putting himself there.
That was the day that I locked in because I'm like, this is my Sunday. So I watched that. I watched basically the whole Bryson round. So when you sent me the ticket, I was like, ooh,
I was so fired up.
This motherfucker got
making those big putts.
Like, getting the crowd hype and shit and
the
high
big birdie on.
He's funny, bro.
On what's that? Is that 17?
Mm-hmm.
The par 3 or is that 16? One of those. I think it's 17, the par 3, and he makes the putt and then he just stares at the crowd at the stand right there. I'm like, oh my god, Bryson's got it right now. He's locked in. And then
I thought that was going to be an effect. I thought Rory was going to be doing what he was doing, double bogey and all that stuff, and Bryson, instead of having the Sunday he had, keep the mental with the crowd going. I thought that was going to be the head game. Rory hearing the crowd go crazy if he just parred and Bryson birdied or something, or he double bogey, God forbid, and Bryson came out and birdied and he's already high-fiving people. I thought that was going to be the mental game. No, it was my homie from the Ryder Cup, President's Cup, back in the bar drinking the Pilsners. It was my boy Justin Rose walking me the fuck down. And they embraced it after on 18. That was pretty cool. I felt bad for Justin Rose.
He did say he wanted to be the bad guy. Thought, he's just
gonna
keep coming back and trying again. I mean, that's what Rory's done.
I mean, he was doing the TGL talking shit, so he's found his little lane. He's probably popping some TRT or something. My God,
the one bet that I did miss though,
I like his routine. His I might have to steal that. He do the little elbow and then you get in there.
Jordan Spieth started doing that too, like 2 years ago. But the big thing that I did miss out on is, and I only say miss out on it because this stat easily could have been found. Justin Rose, first round leader, was plus 8,000.
And he loves doing that shit.
5 times.
He loves
at the Masters being the first round leader.
Bro, he loves doing it.
That stat could have been found. They said it on the broadcast, and I remember watching him climb up the leaderboard on Thursday, and I'm like, why does this seem like familiar?
He always does this, yeah.
And then they say it on the broadcast. Oh, 5th time. Like, no one's ever done that. 5 times leading up to round 1 at the Masters at Augusta. And then I just was so mad at myself because I'm like,
doesn't he have a jacket?
I think so. No, I don't think so.
He has something though. He wants some shit.
I was just like mad because I'm like, when they say that stat, I'm like, that stat could have been found. Like $10 right there. Just $10 on a first round leader. It's like $800.
I mean, viral clip, million.
Like
clip,
it's not like
better.
It's
DM,
it's not me being like hindsight's 2020. Oh, I should have known that.
Jack
it's more just like that stat easily could have been found pre-tournament.
Kill Kenny retweet. Look at my guys. I mean, it's a lot of things we left.
A lot of things that we left on the table on that one.
We're,
and it's not like we're looking at statistics of golf and strokes gained and all these different stats with golf. It's literally just finding the stat that he's led now 5 times at the major at the Masters in a major.
It's your job, and when we missed it, and we're Brad and Marsh. We're 0 for April. 0 for April on that.
Yeah, you're right. All right, over to football. The draft is right around the corner and just days away. Super excited as a Giants fan for what can happen in the 3rd pick. Will it be Abdul Carter out of Penn State? Will it be Travis Hunter out of Colorado? But we will start in Colorado, where Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders will have their jerseys retired. What do you think about the jersey retirement in Colorado?
Congratulations. Hell of a college career for both of you. Jackson State, Colorado. I think it's just a second premature for Travis. I think Travis was due to have his number retired at some point. I think it's a little premature. There's some people that's come through Colorado. Colorado's had a lot of success. I was watching a podcast. A former player actually had a great quote. He said, for a program to have a resurgence, it had to be great at some point. which I think was a great quote. And there's a lot of older players that felt like there's some people that could have been retired before then. And this could have been a time used as Colorado's been popularized to kind of honor some of the older players. Because this generation, we're always going to know Shedeur and Travis. Like, they could have retired Shedeur and Travis's number in 2045, and everyone would have been like, oh, shit, yeah, da, da, da. Like, it might have been a little late, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they could have waited and maybe used this as a time to honor people from the past. I agree with that. But I think Travis was eventually going to get in there. Shedeur is where it gets interesting because I think they had a chance to do something really cool with Shedeur. Think number 11 at Penn State. Think number 26 at Miami. Think what's one of the schools that do like the single digit numbers? Is it South Carolina? I think they do single digit numbers, like it's for dogs in the D-line or something like that. I think they had a chance to do something really cool and make that number and name it like prime time or something. And you can only get number 2 if you're a special player. And not even just a special player, because I think Shedeur, as much as he was a very, 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 I mean, you're going to go, I mean, you're a top quarterback pick in the NFL draft. Say whatever. I mean, you have the tweet about the record and all that. People will have what they say, but Shedeur's a great player. But I think besides being a great player, you should be one of those guys that like is pushing culture. You know what I'm saying? Like reserve that number for like these guys were number 2, but like Cam Newton, like Johnny Manziel type of guys. As much as they're great players, they also are shifting culture at the school as well. Not necessarily retiring it. I feel like it'd be cool to see other people come through and wear the number, but earn it. I don't know if you remember with Cam Newton had a clip. I forget what the kid's name was, but the quarterback at Auburn wanted to wear number 2. And he was like, man, you gotta earn that. And he was like, I'm cool with you wearing it, but go wear the 16 or 15 for a year, ball out, and then, yeah, I'll hand you the 2, motherfucker, but don't just come here and take the 2. They had a great chance to do that with Shedeur's number, but I think it's cool. I think both of them deserve it, I mean, for what they did, resurging Colorado's program, and then just coming from Jackson State and kind of just making a historical run. There was also, I wonder what you think about this. People were saying this only happened because Prime felt like he only had a certain allotment of time to get this done. I kind of feel like there's some merit to that.
Well, there's noise.
Saying so he didn't think he would be there. Like, he doesn't know how long he's going to stay there for, and he doesn't know if he was going to be able to get this done. And this might have been the best time to do it, given that Travis won the Heisman and Shedeur's probably going to go high in the draft.
I think there's just noise because his last name is Sanders. And what's surfacing on networks and social media.
What if he has a rough year or two and he leaves? And like, will they be able to get their numbers retired then? I don't think so. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I don't think that coach takes that heat. I think Prime's the only coach that would take that heat. But good for them, bro.
I mean, top quarterback in the draft.
Bro, I think that prime time, like if they named the number prime time and did that'd be so sick.
Look, I'm
bro.
just like
we could be years, like 50, like, oh, who's wearing 2? Oh, there's a 2 at Colorado. Like, oh shit, how there's 11. Like, oh, I feel like that'd been 5.
I've just been a bandwagon Colorado fan for the last 2 years with these 2 dogs playing there.
Back.
So I've just been,
they might be back.
I'm happy for them.
They might be back and better next year.
And as you look at what the draft selection will look like at 3, you obviously know that Cam Ward is going to go number 1 to the Titans. There was some Fortnite clips that were surfacing on social media where Cam Ward was playing Fortnite, streaming it, and he was asked, who are your top wide receivers?
I saw that. He's being a good teammate. Yeah, he's being a good
Calvin Ridley was on that list. Traylon Burke was on that list.
Yeah, he's being a good teammate.
Top running backs, Spears, Pollard. We know he's going to the Titans.
Good work. Yeah, good work.
So then it goes to number 2 with the Cleveland Browns. Well, I don't understand why they don't take a quarterback. Because you signed Myles Garrett. I understand talent. You can't pass on talent as Abdul Carter. But you just locked up Myles Garrett. You need a quarterback. Mm-hmm. You have Kenny Pickett and Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. You have to get a quarterback. And I only say that because as a Giants fan, I would rather have the Giants have to decide between Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter. That would be the best case scenario for the New York Giants.
Well, see, here's the thing with the Giants that's what I want to talk about. The Giants should be taking a quarterback.
But they put themselves in a situation to not do that.
Your head coach is a so-called quarterback guy, no? Offensive guy, no? So why in the 2025 NFL, when I've already taken a team with Daniel Jones as a starting quarterback to the playoffs. I have to draft a position player that's also going to be a rookie to win now because I have to coach for my job and play with Russell Wilson. Instead of the Giants, mainly because his homeboy probably is Joe Shane. It's probably more so why he's on the hot seat like this. But it pisses me off. Even as an Eagles fan, it pisses me off because I think Dable's a great coach. I think Dable's a great coach that you draft someone like Shedeur Sanders in New York, a player coach like Dable with Prime. Prime's kid, my fault. But linked up with Prime, you're probably going to be doing a lot of talking with Prime, my fault. But I feel like that's a perfect marriage. Coach him for 2-3 years. Even if you already have Russell Wilson, just draft Shedeur, have him behind Russell Wilson. Wow. Even a better marriage. Think about, they play not exactly the same, but kind of similar. Especially deep ball wise. Both had that high arcing deep ball. I hate the modern Michael. Why is Brian Daboll about to get fired if he doesn't have a good year and they have the fucking what? They'll have the 3rd or 4th pick?
3rd.
And it's mainly because of what we saw on Hard Knocks that he had nothing to do with. And they said, take this and win with it. And he didn't win with it. Well, and now he's on the hot seat. And now he has to take Abdul Carter. And now, so if you take Abdul Carter, which I don't think it's going to be Abdul Carter, but let's say he takes Abdul Carter. Let's just play the hypotheticals. You're taking someone who's played edge rusher for 1 year. So that's Dable's project for 1 year. Someone who's played edge rusher. His years at Penn State before that, he played linebacker. He was a stand-up linebacker. He's played edge rusher for 1 year. He's a project himself. The reason, he's a great player regardless, but the reason he's going so high so soft is because he did so well after only being on the edge for 1 year, and he had a rough start for 3 games. And people are like, wow, this potential is crazy. What the fuck? But that's a project. So Dable's going to draft him, invest in him for 1 year, and then be gone. What if they don't have a good year? I think this is insane. I think the Giants should draft Shedeur Sanders. That should be Dable's project, and that should be where New York sees if he's a coach they could actually sustain with for a long time. I think they've already seen they can't sustain with Joe Shane. But don't attach him to his boy. That's like if we all in a group, right? You know what I'm saying? You, your shorty friend, me. You do slime shit to the shorty. And now shorty friend not trying to mess with me because you did some slime shit. That don't got nothing to do with me. What did I do? I got to coach the team you give me. You know what I mean? I ain't asked for that. I'm just cool with the motherfucker. We just knew each other. What? We compatible. The city fuck with me. Shedeur fuck with me probably. I just don't agree.
Well, the Giants and Joe Shane did come out and say that they put themselves in a situation where quarterback doesn't have to be the top priority with the number 3 pick because you got Russ and you got Jameis Winston.
No, that's semantics. That's semantics.
And
we all know what the fuck that is. He's saying we put ourselves in a position because I suck at my job for the last whatever years that we need to win now, so I can't hitch my wagon on Shedeur Sanders.
At the same time, if you do get Hunter, then you have Malik Neighbors, wide receiver 1, Travis Hunter, wide receiver 2, and he wants to play both sides of the ball, that's fine.
How does that equate to someone keeping their job?
You got your 2 guys now, and again in the second round, they've already been talking. They can take Jalen Miller too.
I'm not even saying this. This is me saying how in my head how unfair that is. It's just to me unfair. I'm supposed to draft. I'm drafting in the top 5 of the NFL draft. I earned that pick from being dog shit, and now I have to draft a position player and turn it around in 1 year with Russell. Shoo.
Perfect world. They're able to trade back, do some Harry Roseman shit, trade back into the first round. Steelers pick at 21. I have a feeling that they're going to go target Jackson Dart and take him at 21. Perfect world. You get Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. I think from an offensive perspective, I would take Travis Hunter because then again, like I said, you have Malik Neighbors and Travis Hunter. You find a way to trade to 20 in front of the Steelers, you take Jackson Dart. I'm seeing more and more things where they're going to take Jalen Milroe in the second. I don't know how I feel about that, but
well, listen, brother, because I've seen a lot of comparisons between him and Jalen Hurts with the draft comps. All I know is that when we drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round, there was fire Harry Roseman chance going on. So just take it easy. And the final thing I'll say on Shedeur is it's not that I think that he's a game-changing, franchise-changing quarterback to come in right away. I actually even think that he's a quarterback in some drafts he would be going lower, possibly even second round. But the thing about Shedeur is I think has pro-style tendencies that I think you can build on. And if you just have him learn behind guys like Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston with a quarterback guy like Dable, I think in 3-4 years, we could see and I know people have but I think he's still great. We could see a Jordan Love situation. I really think it could be something like that if they really played it right. But in today's NFL, with the position the Giants put themselves in, it's not possible, which I just think is unfair, and I think it's hurting the game.
I think that Shedeur wants to come in and play. He wants to start. And if he were going to get drafted to the Giants, I don't know if he would.
So does everybody else. That's also a problem, I think, with you already made millions. You don't have to play. You and Travis could probably retire. Sit your ass down. Take care of your body. Recover. Learn how to play NFL football for a year or two, bro, and come in and dominate. That's something that we need to go back to, bro. There's so many great players that came to the game that had to do that. And were really great because they did that. The Super Bowl MVP did that. And now the motherfucker's on top 100 most influential people because he sat down for a couple years probably and learned what to do and what not to do from Carson Wentz. So,
well, they're projecting.
I think I was going to. My fault for getting that worked up.
Projections now have Shedeur falling to 9 to the Saints, assuming again it's looking more and more like the Giants are not going to take a quarterback at 3.
Let's link up with Kellen. Let's link up. I like that.
So things are going to change. Raiders might not take them there.
High profile team, but not.
At 6.
I don't know about their it's not like a New York, Philly, Chicago, but it's low key, but not low key. I like that.
For the vibes, strictly for the vibes, Travis Hunter in a Giants jersey would be fucking amazing.
Did you re-sign Slayton though?
Yeah, for the Saquon Barkley money. Seriously, it was the same contract. It's 3 years, $36 million. I'm not talking shit on Darius Slayton. He's been here for his entire career. And he's dealt with a bunch of shit.
So Brian Dable's about to lose his job.
Oh my God.
Because his mans is signing Slayton with the Saquon Barkley pick. How does that yo.
Yeah. Yep.
I might have to start. You gotta watch who you hang with, man. I might have to.
I'm okay. I think best case scenario is they don't take a quarterback at 3.
Watch your home. You gotta watch your homie.
Don't take a quarterback at 3. Don't pass on this talent in Carter or Hunter. Giants won Super Bowls with top defensive lines. Would be great if you get Carter, but also we are in an offensive league now.
Super Bowls with a motherfucking GM that wasn't bricked in the head.
But we also have a more offensive league.
Matter of fact, the Giants, when y'all won Super Bowls, the Giants GM was spending money at the running back position. He was bringing in Ahmad Bradshaw. Brandon Jacobs stuck around for a little bit, and he had a couple contracts. He might need to call that motherfucker.
Sticking with college football, Nico decides to not stay with Tennessee, over with UCLA. Daily Dynasty Show tweeting out that the deal with UCLA is reportedly $1.5 million. So it's not the $4 million that Nico was asking for, but less than what he would have made had he just stayed in Tennessee. That $1.5 million is literally the highest state income tax state in the country. $1.5 million is going to be $800,000 by the time he gets it in the state of California.
Yeah, a lot of thoughts here. So first and foremost, I want to shout out to my boy Josh Heupel. It's my guy. He was presented with an opportunity to set a precedent, and he did it. Nico, so he's already getting paid a lot of money. I forget what they said he was getting paid. It was a $1.5 million. He wanted $4 million. He's already getting paid a lot of money. And there was rumors, and people were saying he wasn't showing up to certain things. Like, when you're the quarterback of the Tennessee Volunteers, there's not a lot going on out there. I have family that live right down the street from the stadium. They took me to the stadium. They're not even big football fans. Everyone loves Tennessee down there. He's probably little kids from all over around. Everyone knows who Nico is, right? So you're not showing up to jersey signings and shit like that. There was obviously you heard about the meetings and stuff he wasn't coming to. And then what set it off was a call from Heupel he didn't answer. So I was like, motherfucker, I'm already paying you $1.5 million. You're not showing up for the community.
I just think opting out in college football is insane.
It's insane, but this is, I mean, we saw it in Auburn. This is the biggest thing in this state. You're not showing up for shit. You already didn't, I mean, you played decent, but the reason why we got to where we got to was Dylan Sampson. I want to know how Dylan Sampson feels about this motherfucker asking for a raise when I took us to the playoff. It really wasn't you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, I want to shout out Josh Heupel for setting a precedent where it's if you want to get paid this money, you're going to have to do what's in this contract and follow it to a T, or we ain't doing it. But I do think Nico could be in a situation where he could thrive at UCLA. Like, I think this could be a really good, like, if something happens and Nico ends up being a great player and he does like a documentary, I think this is like the inflection point where it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm from Southern California. Like, I went to Tennessee. I wasn't comfortable. It was different. People talk different, walk different, live different than how I do out in Southern California. Went back to UCLA. Took a little bit of a pay cut. Maybe it becomes less about money. I was arguing for a raise. Now I'm getting a pay cut. Now it becomes less about money. UCLA runs, I don't know if you've paid that, but UCLA runs like a heavy air raid, throw the ball around the yard offense. Maybe he goes over there and discovers himself. So I think it's just an interesting situation, but I just wanted to shout out Josh Heupel for fucking setting the precedent because this NIL shit could be getting out of control. And I would love to have the John Gruden fucking John, where it's like they try to recruit themselves. But yeah, Heupel said, fuck, I'll suffer for a year, motherfucker. You ain't about to hack with me and not show up for shit for $4 million. So shout out to my guy Josh Heupel, bro, because that's one of them things where if people do like my kids doing an NIL project, I guarantee you it's probably something in that textbook about the Nico situation, about him having to transfer schools. So
just opting out in college football. I mean, NIL,
it's nasty. It's nasty.
We're seeing it in college football, and if we want to go back to March Madness, we're seeing it
immediately.
Right in March Madness too, and what might be driving these older coaches like those Tom Izzos out of their jobs because, they can't deal with the NIL. And we're just seeing it. And I'm not going to be the guy that's hating on NIL, but I just think
it's a little
opting out in college football is crazy.
Yeah, we need some more rules.
Like, we just shouldn't be doing. I get it. You want to get some more money, but it's insane.
I would like there maybe to be a bracket. So how there's tax brackets, I feel like maybe transfer brackets or something, bro. Or I don't know, like, if we're paying you this much, you can't, if you transfer, you have to sit a year, or you can't. Like, it's just insane, bro. I don't know. But yeah, they'll figure it out.
They'll find a way. And money in Tennessee, and they were quick to say, all right, take a walk.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I fucking love that. That's the football that I grew up on.
Tennessee,
because there was the generation before them, like the old heads coached us coming up, and that's the shit that they would do. Oh, you want to collect the practice, motherfucker? You ain't getting the ball. I like that.
Juan Soto in a Mets uniform is creating some noise with New York Yankees and Aaron Judge and not getting pitched to because he doesn't have the best hitter in baseball hitting behind him. So he's getting walked intentionally more. He's not getting those favorable pitches that he can, that he's got to hit because pitchers know that Judge is behind him. He's got Pete Alonso behind him. WFAN Sal Licata has his comments on it.
I've learned about Sal Licata.
Let's take a listen.
Dude, you left.
Funny guy.
You left. If I'm Steve Cohen,
wasn't traded to the Mets.
Correct. If I'm Steve Cohen or anybody else in the Mets organization, I will, like, enough of kissing his ass here. He's not. Nobody is bulletproof, and nobody has kissed his ass more than I have. Enough is enough. You're getting paid $765 million. I don't want to hear about, I haven't had as many good pitches to hit as I had with Judge. Pete Alonso right now has better numbers than Aaron Judge, so that should not be an excuse. Now you want to say they're not attacking you the same way? Whatever, Juan. Put up the big numbers that you're used to putting, that you're supposed to put up. Put up the numbers with runners in scoring position. But the point is, if I'm Cohen or somebody in the organization, I go to him and be like, look, stop talking about the Yankees. It's over. You're here. You chose it. You chose it for a reason. Remember that. Sack up. Go out there and play the game that you paid to play.
Okay, so what I would say is
Mets
fans, where are you now? Because remember when Juan Soto was signed?
They in first place.
But remember when Juan Soto was signed and everyone was like, oh, Mets fans, oh, who's the big brother now? Who's the big brother now? It's the Mets, not the Yankees. Yankees are the little brother. Well, your $765 million man is still talking about Aaron Judge and the Yankees. So, yet again, we know who the little brother is in New York. It was never the Mets. It was never the Mets being the big brother. It was always the Yankees being the big brother. And just because of this signing, now you still have your big guy. Oh, my God, Juan Soto, we stole him. We took him from the Yankees. You thought you were going to get him back, and now you didn't. Now who's laughing? You have your big guy still talking about Aaron Judge. Hey, Pete Alonso's batting behind him. He still should be getting those pitches. I guess.
I'm gonna say, wasn't Juan Soto with the Yankees? Wasn't it not the most perfect thing for a while?
I mean, the beginning of the year,
if I remember correctly,
Judge did not have a great beginning of the year last year. So the comparison that he's trying to make is completely wrong.
Was Soto rock solid all year with the Yankees? I might be. He was rock. All right.
It was Judge that had a shaky start. So this comparison to last year and this year is completely like off base because Pete Alonso is having better numbers than Judge had at the beginning of the year last year. So if we're talking about attacking, you still should be getting attacked because Pete Alonso is behind you and is having better numbers than Judge had at the beginning of the year last year.
I go on the score app and I look at the Mets games and I see Pete Alonso solo home run. I'm like, how is it always
Judge was batting 220 to start the year.
Solo home run.
Judge was batting 220 to start the year last year. Now this year he's over 400, but he was batting 220 to start the year last year. So that comparison is completely wrong and completely off.
Can I actually sidetrack? I'm so sorry. I know, like I put this in there, but Aaron Judge is in my ear and I'm witnessing what he's been doing this year. If he brings a title to the Yankees, is he above Derek Jeter for you?
You know what? Like probably.
I mean, giving your age, like you're 25 years old.
I mean, Derek Jeter was my hero growing up, and a lot of Yankee fans and probably baseball fans growing up. The numbers that Aaron Judge has. I mean, since 22,
unbelievable.
Since 2022, he's leading every hitting stat in the league by large amounts of numbers in just the past 3 seasons. I think he would be, yeah. I think he would be higher.
Yeah. I think a lot has to do with it too. Like
again, completely different players.
But like you want to go see Jeter when you were youngin', but like I think it's something about when you get older and like you just I don't know. Like the players you go to see around the age of like,
I mean it's also,
like late teenager, college years to like around this year. I feel like it's something a little more.
The home run hitter versus the contact hitter. Kind of different comparisons there.
Jeter
Mr. October.
Yeah, Jeter was get it done in October.
November.
Oh.
So it's different. Again,
I forgot about the playoff history with Judge.
If you want to go a step further, then you can say Jeter was clutch in October, clutch in November. We are still struggling to see that from Judge in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So there are those comparisons. But again, if you're going off the question being bringing a title, then I think so, yeah. I think he would be put up a little higher than Jeter. At least for me.
I don't.
I'm going against numbers and what I'm seeing.
Bro, he's doing Babe Ruth shit, bro. Like he might be over Babe Ruth. It's not crazy to say.
Going back to Sal as he goes off on Juan Soto after his 0-for-5 performance on April 17th. Let's take a listen.
Juan Soto has stunk to start his Mets career. I never thought I would be at this point with Juan Soto, a guy who I begged and pleaded the Mets to go get, a guy who I wanted more than any player ever in my fandom. I wanted Juan Soto. The Mets delivered, and every single time this guy has come up in a big spot this year, and there have been plenty, he has failed. And yesterday, a despicable 0-for-5 with 3 strikeouts, leaving a small village on the base pass as the Mets lose a series. You don't pay $765 million to a guy who gets on base 40% of the time. Bullcrap. Every single time he's come up in a big spot, he has failed this year. He did not do that with the Yankees. I don't want to hear the excuses from Soto. I don't want to hear people tell me that the walks are good. I want to start seeing some production.
Yeah, like that's the thing with baseball. Like these numbers, this money's gonna get so insane that if you don't come in and Trey Turner, if you don't come in and you ain't,
but to his point there,
gonna get loud.
You don't pay $765 million to get on base. You did. When you
say it like that, though, we don't give you $765 million. You're like, damn, yeah, $765 million. You should be doing shit that I ain't never seen before.
True.
I have never even thought about $765. So if I'm paying you $765, you should be doing shit I never even thought of before. You should be doing that mother behind the back, jumping 1 foot off the wall, robbing that bitch, throwing somebody out, coming up home. Like, you should be doing all that. We getting you doing 0-for-5, 4K. Pete Alonso solo home run again.
It's very true.
Should you be protecting Pete Alonso? He protecting you, motherfucker. Yeah.
It is very true, but he does get on base. What did he say? 40% of the time. You did pay for that, and he does do that.
$800 million.
You did. You did. It's not that. I don't know if I agree with that comment about we didn't pay you $765 to get on base. Well, that's what he does. He's known for that. Working counts, finding a way to get on base.
I want to know
consistently.
I want to know.
That's what you paid for.
Who the owner of the Mets voted for? He moving like Trump with his money.
It's not like you paid for a 50 home run season out of Juan Soto. You didn't. He doesn't do that shit.
$800 million. I want you to put, I guess, MLB Road to the show.
MLB Road to the show.
I want you out that motherfucker doing shit I've never seen before.
It is just funny to hear Mets fans complaining about Juan Soto and all this money. And we'll see.
Yeah, that has to feel fucking good.
It feels fucking amazing.
And you guys are winning baseball games. You guys are winning baseball games. Guys look good. Oh.
If only Garrett Cole was pitching.
I'm so sorry, man. I know you got somewhere to be. But I'm watching Yankees game last night. As you know, I live bet it. Josh Chisholm gets rung up on a terrible, terrible call. Siren, we need robot umps in baseball, period. Like, just for the teams in general. Like, but in a betting aspect, too. This is getting bad, bro. This is, like, really swinging a lot of money. And it's fucking swinging teams and jobs and shit. But from a betting aspect, we need robot umps now. Okay. That's out the way. Josh Chisholm gets rung up, right? And Boone goes right out there to defend his guy. Kind of like doesn't do what I thought he should have did. I thought I'm watching him like you should have got thrown out for Jazz. Like fuck, why you saying that? Like you go out there so Jazz doesn't get thrown out, you get thrown out. But then I going back in my memory, I watched the Phillies game like 2 days ago, we playing the Giants. JT gets rung up, bases loaded, Phillies down by a couple runs, swing part of the game. JT gets rung up on a horrible call, almost in a similar spot, but the opposite side of the plate.
It was in the other's batter's box.
Of the Josh Chisholm call. And Rob Thompson just sits there. And it's like, yo, you should be out there damn near throwing water bottles at the ump, getting tossed out for the game and fined $50K for how bad that call was. And you just sat there. And then I watched another team who I think is playing a little better than the Phillies right now, given their expectations. And their manager at least goes out there. But even with Boone, I'm like, Boone, how you let Jazz get thrown out the game instead of you? Like, if I would have seen an error at third base and the Yankees lost, I'd be like, that game's on Boone. Like, how does Jazz get thrown out the game and not you? But at least he went out there. But I'm like,
well, we saw in spring training, they were using, you could tap the helmet and check.
Yeah.
And that was like they were testing it. They should have just kept with it because Alec Boehm did it and he tapped and you could see the umpire was not happy about that.
That's my dog.
But like, look, I understand you were just testing it in spring training, but like it's very tough for the players to get used to it for a month of spring training. And then in pitches like JT, in pitches like Jazz, you can't do it. You can't do it again. Just implement it then. Just if you're going to do it in spring training, I get it. I understand it. It's a test. But just do it for the regular season. Just do it. Do a 1-year trial. Because those are moments where we can look back and be like, those guys easily would have gotten the right call, tapping the helmet in spring training. Just do it for the year. I'm getting sick and tired of these pitches, and I never thought I was going to be the guy to be like, damn it, I want a fucking robot umpire. I'm ready now. I'm fucking ready. I'm ready.
The robot umps, bro.
And it's not like
I'm over it.
And maybe it's not like, we're completely taking away the home plate umpire, which is what I think most people, including myself, actually thought what it was going to be. Just complete, there's the home plate umpire is making the calls at home plate, and he's not making any, balls and strikes. He's not calling those. I'm fine with doing what they did in spring training. Just let me tap my helmet. We can look at the big board and say, yep, I was right. I'm going to first base on that awful call by you. Tighten it up. Tighten the shit up.
Also, just like I want robot umps, but like I miss bro, I feel like these coaches got soft. I feel like once a week or every couple of weeks I go downstairs for school, ESPN, and some coach was in somebody's ass. No diddy. Like right out there on the mound. Like my players not get, but we play 162 games, bro. You can take a couple games and take the pressure off your guys, man. Like, I don't know, but at least Boone went out there, man. But I wanted him to get thrown out instead of Jazz. That's a little soft, a little weak, man. I don't know. That's why they wanted you fired, dog.
Over to the NBA. The NBA playoffs are here. The Stanley Cup playoffs are here. Baseball's in full swing. Golf is in full swing. Pun intended. Shout out the Netflix series. What a great time for sports.
Netflix series. That's why you got a girlfriend. Netflix series.
What a great time for sports. And you, sir, have a plus 4,600 series parlay. What does that entail?
$10 wins you $475. I almost placed it twice because I actually liked it, and I before I placed it twice, I was like, you know what? I have one of my homies' hearts on here. I want his cosign before I go and put the 20 on to win a band. I'm not gonna do it in order because in order would be your team in there. So I'll do it like this.
Okay.
Lakers to win 4-2 over the Timberwolves.
Oh, it's correct scores.
Clippers and Nuggets over 5.5 games, -215.
Mm-hmm.
Warriors and Houston over 5.5 games, -210. The Lakers, the odds was +410. Knicks, correct score, 4-2 over the Pistons.
So you got to go in 6.
+330. 10 to win 474 and 30 cents.
And you love this.
It's actually concerning how much I like this parlay. I want to put like 50 or 100. I just promise you. I literally typed in 100 to win 4,600, and I was like, I need it. But I'm like, I can't. That's too right. Because it's exact. But I'm thinking about it, right? Just hypothetically, I'm like, okay. The Pistons took 3 out of 4 from the Knicks this year. And what I was talking about with early in the season when I was saying the Knicks with Cat was giving up 72% of his points in the paint, how Cade plays basketball. He goes off versus Knicks. He's averaging 31 points for show in 4 games. I don't think they can win the series, though, because J.B. Bickerstaff did say that the Knicks, although they did have success versus them, the Knicks do a great job of forcing their non-shooters to shoot, the Ron Hollins, the Sword Thompsons, and forcing them to shoot. So I think the Knicks can win the series, but I think it's going to be a classic, great series, a lot of close games, and I think the Pistons can take 2. I think they can easily take 1 at home. Haven't had a playoff game at home in God knows how long. You know what I'm saying? They might get 1 there. I think they find another one as well. And Jalen Brunson hasn't been playing the best down the stretch. It's been a lot of cat. It takes Jalen Brunson a quarter, but I think they could. I think the Pistons can find 2 games. I really do. I really think they can. Then with the Timberwolves and the Lakers. Remember the Nuggets series with the Lakers, Western Conference Finals, and the Nuggets won 4-0, but the Lakers, they showed the stat of like time led in the series, and the Lakers literally led for like an hour of game time, and the Nuggets led for like 20 minutes of game time. I think the Timberwolves-Lakers series could be that close. I really do. You have 2 absolute cones on defense. Just call it what it is. Unless Bron wants to ramp it up in the playoffs, which you got Bron and Luka.
Cones.
You have the 3-point, and you had the 3-point leader and Ant that could literally, if Ant comes off the gate and hits 2 threes off the rip, you're gonna see JJ Redick do that thing where he walks up the sideline real fast, all petty, does like the one sleeve pull up where he's like mad now because they don't play no defense, and it's gonna be a long night because Ant got his 3s off and now he's gonna be in his bag. I think you're gonna see that game. If that game goes 6 games, you're gonna see 5 extremely close games. I think that series could either be a sweep for the Lakers and they win the 2 close games. I think they could win 5 and they could win in 7. I think the Lakers win no matter what, but I think 6 is a great number. I think the Timberwolves have been playing pretty good basketball down the stretch and no one's really been talking about, and I think that series could easily go 6. Obviously, I think the Knicks, that series could go 6, and I fucking love that parlay. Over 5.5 games for the Clippers series, that's going 7 easily, could go 7. And same with the Warriors series. I don't know how that's 10 to win 475. That's the reason why I might go put it in again. I don't know how the fuck that is 10 to win 475.
I'm gonna ride with you. I don't give a shit.
I love it. I mean, the Knicks could easily win in 5. The Lakers could easily win in 5.
Yeah.
I just think for the odds and like I think both those teams win in 6. I wouldn't even bat an eye. I'd be like, oh yeah, okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? The second win the Pistons get, I'd be a little surprised, but like, oh yeah, okay. Even with the Timberwolves, but just knowing the teams, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked at all. Question on the Knicks though. Tom Thibodeau. If you guys do go 6 games with the Pistons and struggle a little bit, yeah, ain't the best series of all time y'all ever had, but y'all want it. Knicks tape. We outside side.
Knicks tape.
and then y'all go play the Celtics, right?
Yeah.
And then it's not competitive. Maybe y'all will get swept or y'all win.
And
5
then after
games.
that is most likely the Cavs.
No, I'm saying. I'm just saying if y'all don't. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like
it's a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet. It's an
man.
absolute gauntlet. But like I'm saying, if you guys win the pitching series and it's tough, and then you guys get blown the doors out. 4 games with the Celtics. Tom Thibodeau getting fired?
Oh, there's already been conversations about that. And the hard part about it though is like it might be his time. But the thing is like I don't want to put a lot of blame on Tom Thibodeau just because look, hey, the Celtics are just better. The Cavs are just better. You don't match well with them. I don't know what else to say.
I don't know if I can say the cat. Like, I don't know if I can just look at the cat. Obviously, how they play.
But
as a GM, if I'm evaluating as an owner, I don't want to just look at the Cavs from the Knicks owner. I'm like, they just better than us. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck we can't beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Celtics, a little bit, but how is it not competitive? It's not competitive.
How can't you beat these teams?
It's
and
not competitive.
You have this entire season. You have shown that you cannot beat the Thunder, you cannot beat the Celtics, and you cannot beat the Cavs. And unfortunately, you're getting the Celtics in the second round.
So yeah, if it's not competitive, you think Tom Thibodeau's gone? It's over.
Yeah,
that's
I think Tom might be gone if they get. And
here's I think he's very New York.
And what have we talked about with longevity for these Knicks players? We know that Tom Thibodeau plays his starters at an outrageous amount. Mm-hmm. So if you go 6 games with the Pistons,
it's gonna be it's gonna be a couple fights. Stewart's down there,
and then you gotta go to TD Garden.
Y'all thought
with Tatum and the Celtics.
Y'all thought that B was dirty. Y'all about to play a playoff series versus Isaiah Stewart. Not a regular. Isaiah Stewart was chasing Bron down in February. Over under how many fights in the series? 1.5? I wish I could bet on ejections. I would over 1.5 ejections lock. Oh my God, I'd hammer it.
Well, you talk about those crazy props there. I mean, just looking at it on FanDuel, player to make game-winning field goal as time expires in a series.
So I want you guys to know you can do this. This is the reason why I put it on there, but also I think there's some logic we could use here.
Jalen Brunson plus 5,000, Cade Cunningham plus 7,000.
I think Cade's a great pick for how the series could go. Tyrese Halliburton already had a 4-point game-winning play versus the Bucks.
Yeah.
Clippers versus Nuggets. That series should have a lot of close games. Lakers series should have a lot of close games. I think there's a couple players you could actually take a stab with.
And you have...
It's not that bad. You could just put a couple bucks on it. It won't be that bad.
Series most total points.
I think
Cade and Jalen at plus 100.
I wanted to ask you. Cat.
Dude, I was staring at Cat.
A lot of people
plus 700
fans feel like he's been the best player this year in totality. I think down the stretch, for sure, he's been the best player. Jalen Brunson, he could turn on whenever, but he's not 100%. If they have defensive schemes for Cade to slow him down a little bit, I know he averages 31 versus Knicks. Could you see Cat score the most points in
at plus 700? That's the first thing I looked at. The first thing I looked at. And again, with Jalen being out for that basically a month, 5 weeks with his ankle, Cat was the guy that they were looking to. Mikal Bridges being one of those, but most importantly, it was OG Anunoby in that huge run that he had. Mm-hmm. Basically, it was dropping 32 a night.
And that's why this series is so crazy because OG's so big for you guys. Even Mikal when he gets gone. Pistons got to start Thompson. Which it's hell. Obviously, Jalen Brunson's bread and butter. Pistons can throw Ron Holland at him and just be hell. It's gonna be so fun to watch. I don't think the Pistons can win, but I think it's gonna be probably one of the most fun series to watch.
A lot of people are picking analysts across big time networks are picking Knicks to win the series, but don't be shocked. It shouldn't be
Knicks in 6,
this amazing shock if they do find a way to lose this series, meaning the Knicks.
Oh, we're coping early. That's not good.
It's not. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's.
Nah, we can't be saying shit like this, bro.
I would people are gonna be like, oh my god, huge upset. I don't know if I would call it a huge upset.
Really?
More than
in baseball, you can do the payroll thing. If we want to do the payroll thing in this motherfucking series,
well, I mean, they have to win this series,
bruh. The Pistons shouldn't have been that bad last year.
Hey, but you know what? I should say this though about the Detroit Pistons. Congratulations on making the playoffs.
Absolutely.
This is crazy.
Well, I think even Pistons fans are even we're lit, we're in here, but we know we ain't. They might get us out of here. It's cool though. It's cool.
Lions fans are going to be at those games. Good for them.
Yeah.
Detroit basketball might be back.
Oh man, we heard this one before. Oh man, and I bet against you on that one too at the right time. What about that?
Series most total threes.
Malik Beasley probably gets that comfortably
at minus 190.
Yeah, that's not us.
So, can we just touch on the playoff Jimmy system?
Yo, yeah, I just want to ask you, like, obviously play in 31 points. We know Jimmy only plays in one season, that is spring and summer. Do we just take Jimmy Butler points every single game?
Every single game.
When we see at this point. I mean, because what do you do if you're defending, like, as if you're the Rockets? What do you do, right? So obviously you have multiple defenders, so you can put a man on them. You can put Dylan Brooks on them to get it to be annoying. You can do multiple things with them. And obviously the Rockets play great defense, right? But so much of your attention has to be on Steph. Steph could completely win you the series. So can Jimmy. But Steph is just so, we've already seen it in 2018, the finals, or 2017 finals, when they literally were letting KD walk in the paint and dunk the ball because they didn't want Steph to shoot a three. It's not going to be as exaggerated in this series, but I think it's similar shades with the defense that Jimmy will be seeing throughout the playoffs if they get past this round. I think it could be a system, bro. I really do. I think Jimmy's going to be, you're not going to see 21.5 every single night. 21.5 was a gift. I should have ripped it for everything I had in my fucking bank account. Didn't do it. So now I'm coming back with the system I'm proclaiming. But I think the Jimmy Butler point system is a real thing. And I think he's going to be going all playoffs. I think obviously he was chilling in Miami half the year. He's fresh, ready to go. Also, I think I've already told you, but Draymond rebounds and assists is something I take all the time. But yeah, that's Jimmy Butler is a player I'm highlighting for the playoffs. As should every other bettor that bets NBA avidly. But like, yeah, we gonna be taking
plus 170 to have the most points in that series. The Warriors as the 7th seed are favored at minus 166
crazy.
to knock off the 2-seeded Rockets.
Yeah, crazy.
So I do want to do this now that we have the bracket up. I want to make our NBA playoff bracket.
Okay.
Who's winning? You want to start on the Eastern Conference or do you want to start on the West? Let's start on the East. Fuck it.
Okay.
I don't really care who the Cavs get because obviously the play-ins have not concluded.
No, yeah, the Cavs move on.
So Cavs move on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I should do? I should open this. Our NBA 2024-2025 NBA playoff bracket. Who's going to win the NBA title? Cavs moving on. Who, regardless who they get out of the play-in. Pacers, Bucks. Who do you like out of this series?
I really don't know.
I know. I'm kind of there too. I don't know.
No, it's not even like the Pacers have been playing like really good balls of late. There's a lot of bad blood here. Obviously, like I said, Bucks have won 3 or 4 in the regular season, and it should have been 4 or 4 because Tyrese Halliburton, like I said, had that 4-point play that got him that one win in Milwaukee. It's the story here is really Dame. I read an article. Literally the headline of the article. And these are the articles that like you read and you don't believe. Like this is the shit when they talk about like certain like, you know what I'm saying? You see articles like, I don't know, just certain stats and stuff that you just like, yeah, am I gonna believe this? Like it literally goes, doctors are shocked of how fast Dame has recovered from blood clot.
It was the blood thinning and they said, no, but what they said is that it's never like he doesn't have to do whatever medication he was on for the blood thinning. He doesn't need that anymore, and they were like, we've never seen this before.
So how do I approach, like from a betting aspect, you hear that and you go, I'm not touching this series with a 10-foot pole until I see Dame play 2-3, but like asking my pick right now, it's so hard. Doc Rivers is the head coach. I don't know if Dame's 100%. I'm just gonna go there's so much.
I kind of want to take the Bucks.
There's so much bad blood there. That's what I mean.
I kind of want to take the Bucks.
The Bucks want to get their get back so bad, probably, bro.
I'm taking the Bucks. Taking the Bucks.
You know what? You have more conviction than me on this series.
All right, we're taking the Bucks.
Yeah.
Okay, Knicks, Pistons.
Knicks.
Taking the Knicks.
Knicks, Celtics.
Simple.
Yeah, Knicks, Celtics.
Celtics, Magic, taking the Celtics. So now we go.
Sick that my Magic got a 7 seed, man. Because if they play the Knicks, boy.
The Energizer Bunnies.
They play the Knicks, boy.
Cavs, Bucks.
I've been betting you 500. They was going to send your asshole. You talking about Paulo Banchero was going to send your asshole.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, we see the second round then. Say no more. I'll put the stat.
Nope, not happening.
All right, cool.
Cavs, Bucks. You are ready to just say Cavs. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do Cavs.
And then Knicks, Celtics. Well, sorry.
Boring. Yeah.
So you have the Cavs and the Celtics.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Celtics.
Really? Okay. I actually kind of like I low key like I think it's. Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
It's gonna be a fun series.
I think the Cavs. I'll be betting on the Cavs, bro. But to keep the show moving, I'm gonna be betting on the Cavs. I think I'm gonna be betting on the destined to happen type of thing. But yeah, that'll be the series we watch.
And
now to get to the actual conference that is fucking actually.
So we have the Celtics
Holy
awaiting
shit,
the Western Conference.
So fucking made.
Thunder moves on. Nuggets, Clippers. Now what?
Bro, this series is going to be insane, man. The Clippers, I think this is a tough draw for the Nuggets because the Clippers have been playing the best basketball as of late. I'm going to go Clippers here. I think there's a couple variables with the Nuggets that they can have them win this series, but I have to go Clippers here.
Okay.
Chris Dunn and Jamal Murray, matchup to watch. Yeah, I got to go Clippers here, man. They've been playing too good of ball as of late.
I'm down with it. Lakers, T-Wolves.
Lakers in 6, as I have my bet. This series, I think, might be the best in the playoffs. That with the Nuggets one, too.
You didn't want to...
All 3 of these might be some of the best.
She said Lakers in 6. You didn't want to Shannon Sharp. Lakers in 5.
Nah, I ain't going. It's not good for the bet. It's not good for the money, man. So Shay, how many should be? I mean,
all right, so Lakers in 6.
Yeah, I need you to be 1 game off. You know what I'm saying?
And then the 2-seeded Rockets and the 7-seeded Warriors.
Struggling so much with this series, man. Love the Rockets. Love the Rockets so much.
Steph and Jimmy?
So here's my thing, though, right? With the Warriors. You went to war with the Grizzlies. John Morant turned his ankle, came back in, and was still having. And it took the Grizzlies came back from 20. I mean, Desmond Bane was having his way when Ja went down, even before that. So if it took that much to get through a 1-game play-in with the Grizzlies, was that game in Oracle too? Or not Oracle, God. I mean, God, RIP Oracle, man. It's never going to be the same. But was that game at home for the Warriors? Okay. It took that much to get at the crib? Jimmy playing that well? Steph and Jimmy, did they combine for like 80 points or some shit like that? 75 points or some shit like that? And Ja literally turned his ankle. I know a lot of people are going to be taking the Warriors. I think the Warriors are favored on FanDuel
they are.
in the series.
Minus 166. Man. I'm gonna. You taking the Rockets?
Yeah, it gets like.
All right.
It's so hard for me. You know, playoff basketball's hard, and the Grizzlies are good too, man. That's the thing about evaluating this was like it took you that much to get through the play. And I'm playing devil's advocate to my own point, but it's like the playing in the West ain't the regular. I mean, it ain't the regular shit. It ain't you go to LA, a 6 ain't the regular 6 in LA. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different out there. So I had to give a little bit of grace. But I think I might still go with the Rockets.
All right. So then you get Thunder and Clippers. We're not doing this. It's got to be the Thunder.
So let me ask you a question. Kawhi Leonard played 37 games this year. If he plays 75, the Clippers don't win 50 games. They're probably the 2 seed. Kawhi played because the Lakers ain't have a full season, a full burn with their guys. Rockets, nice story. Clippers full season, they probably the 2 seed. So we're looking at regular year this potential Western Conference Finals matchup. I ain't ready to say the Thunder gonna win that easy. You know who out there? Chris Dunn gonna be on that boy SGA. Boy, Zubac versus Chet. Zubac been the most underrated player.
So you about to take the Clippers?
Man, I know for the clip and all that, and they gonna kill me if I don't take the Thunder here. So I'm gonna let you have it.
All right.
But boy, there's another one where I'm betting. I'm gonna be betting them Clippers, man.
All right.
I'm telling you, they've been playing the best basketball on the stretch. And James Harden's been a story that no one's been talking about. Zubac, like I said, has been a story that no one's been talking about. Norman Powell still feel like he's been snubbed. Ty Lue's a top 5 coach in the NBA. No one talks about him as well. I like the Clippers in the playoffs, man. I think we get some value with them boys all playoffs, man.
All right, so you got the Thunder moving to the Western Conference Final, and then you have
Lakers.
The Lakers and the Rockets.
Lakers
and 5.
Yeah, I got the Lakers. I got the Lakers there.
And then you have the Thunder and the Lakers.
So this is not what I I hate it because let me just put the Clippers in there, man.
Okay, so
I swear let me just put the Clippers in there.
Fine. So then you have the Clippers and the Lakers.
Yeah, because I really, bro, something tells me they might get knocked off first and foremost, and second of all, I think the Clippers have a team to you can't completely take SG out of the game, but to answer some questions about some other players on your team, like down the stretch of a game, 6-point game, 7-point game, you more scared of Shea, Chet, and J-Dub or Kawhi, Harden, and Powell? And I put Zubac in there too because he's going to score in the clutch. Like when it comes down to that, like who would you rather have, bro? And it's not the Thunder historical defense. I mean historical season in general, but historical defense. But it ain't like the Clippers don't play the Clippers. I don't know. You could argue they hang their hat on defense. What? Chris Dunn's out there moving around. Kawhi's out there moving around. Zubac's in the paint. Kid me? Like I think this is a series where you see some of these games be close down the stretch, and Kawhi's hitting shots. Like Kawhi's always been hitting. I think he's shooting like over 50% from the field and going insane lately. Harden's been having one of the most underrated years in the NBA. I like the Clippers if they get the Thunder. I really do. And obviously Thunder are young, but they've been in playoff series before, so I don't really like to play that card. But I mean, we got Harden has seen it all. Like, yeah, Thunder historical season, this, that, and third. Harden laughing like, I had CP3 tear his hamstring. I had to go play the Monstars Game 7. Thunder. Like, what the fuck? Kawhi. Oh my, worry about the Thunder. Like, I had to go see Embiid and Butler, and then I had to go see Giannis, and then I had to go see Kawhi, Steph, and them. What?
So now what? Lakers, Clippers to go to the finals.
Is it Disney? Is it? Are you going with Disney, the Disney book, or is it reality? Because the Disney book's going to have the Lakers going to the finals.
Absolutely.
Reality is you got 2 cones on defense. We're going to be able to take advantage of that. You're not going to the finals. I'm going to go with the Disney book.
All right, that's fine. And you know what?
Just for content purposes, and that's what I want to do.
Everybody likes a nice story, don't they?
I don't want to. I'm not trying to have a 100% bracket. You know what I mean? Fuck the sponsorship and the key, whatever prize I can get right out. I want my Disney ending, and I want LeBron and Luka in the finals. So that's what I'm gonna do.
And then you have the Celtics.
I want
and the Lakers.
I want Lakers Celtics in the finals. That's what I want to do. I want history.
And then who's hoisting it?
And I want Bron to win that motherfucker. All right, and I want Bron to go down the
storybook ending.
That's what I want to do.
LeBron and Luka.
That's what I want to
win the NBA finals.
You know what? And I want Austin Reeves to get on as one of the greatest 3-men to go to ever play the game. I want a lot of things to happen for the Lakers. I want JJ to win that chip for the podcast. We didn't even talk about our coworker. You know what I mean? Our colleague. JJ Redick. I want and LeBron, our colleague, LeBron James, colleague. Go to a podcast convention, you might see them 2 in the front row. You know what I mean? Getting notes in and shit. While we in the back sipping the juice and shit. Colleagues get a chip. Podcast colleagues, my guys.
Lakers.
And 5, and that's it. Psych, no. That's probably.
There's the champs right there. There are the champs. The Los Angeles Lakers.
I got that bet. Lakers win the West.
Yep.
And the Lakers win the final. So gotta go with storybook.
Gotta go with the storybook. I'm so down with it. All right, over to the NHL. We have to react to this clip at the beginning of April of PK Subban talking about Alexander Ovechkin and the man himself, LeBron James. Let's take a listen. It's a long clip, but we're just going to take the bits and pieces out of it.
The durability factor. He has been one of the most, if not the most durable athlete in modern NBA time.
Alex Ovechkin has been more durable. Alex Ovechkin has been more durable than LeBron James over his career. Go look at the numbers. Based on the simple fact of the sport that he's playing, we can't compare these two. I don't see the comparison. We're playing football on ice.
No, you never do.
Games.
You never do, PK.
Hold on, 82 games. Alex Ovechkin, 82 games, is getting hit, dishing out hits. LeBron's not taking those hits. He's not taking the same abuse, guys.
You make it seem like Ovi is an anomaly. Okay, Ovi is an anomaly. How many 6'9", 260-pound basketball players have you ever seen be able to handle the ball, do everything LeBron James has been able to do? Tell me the time. Name another basketball player that's comparable to LeBron James. I'll wait. Take your time.
Well, hold on. No one's talking about LeBron James not being special. He is special.
But you
if
mentioned
you want me to,
only
hold on,
being 230, 240.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that LeBron James isn't special. If we want to talk about greatness in basketball, that's a whole different conversation. I'll compare a bunch of other players.
The feet.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, LeBron's great. But he ain't Kobe, he ain't Jordan for me. So what I'm saying is, it's not about size. You want to talk about 6'9"? I'm talking about the
Jordan's fine.
You
can't say Kobe. You can't say Kobe.
Well, yeah, I did. I put Kobe ahead of him. Kobe's ahead of LeBron.
They get no.
So it's basically that the point that he was making, obviously, is that Ovechkin's more durable than LeBron. Now, what I disagree about the entire thing is, why are we doing this whole thing where we are now dividing NBA and NHL again.
Well, I mean,
PK is finding a way to just make NBA fans hate NHL and vice versa.
It's not a PK thing.
I don't agree with trying to compare.
Not all my hockey guys do it, but a lot of them do it. I think it's like a hockey thing.
I just don't think there's a need to compare.
But hockey people, they love, like, they don't compare their sport to any other sport. I've noticed. It is just basketball.
It's just basketball, and I think just because they're playing at the same time, ratings this, rating that,
crazy
money, obviously.
It is just. They will never compare their sport to any other sport. It is just.
I don't need. I don't.
That is like
it's
like a sickness that I don't understand at all. But even on the tip of with durability, it's crazy because like obviously you can go to the games played and stuff like that. Obi plays 82 games a year, legit probably for the last whatever amount of years, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you brought up the great point years ago about how many guys come out later in after the season, after the playoff run, about injuries, right? So it's like, I know I don't take no genius. Capitals ain't been that good for a long time. Ovi got a cup, right? One cup. And that was like 12 or something like that. 13 something back in the day, wasn't it? 16 back in the day. Shit was back in the day, wasn't it?
I think they won. It might have been 2020, 2019.
Oh, my fault. It wasn't that far back there. But he got one. He been in the league.
2018.
He been in the league forever, but he got one chip. Right. I don't know how many chips he's been in. I don't think he's been that many chips. I think that might have been the only chip he had been in. I don't know how many. Just even going back, I don't know how many, like, just from watching the Capitals over the years, like how many late playoff runs he's had.
2018.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many late playoff runs he's had and stuff like that. Like, how many times has Ovi, how the Capitals had their season cut short because Ovi wasn't 100%? You feel me? Like, he played 82 games, he on the ice, cool. But how many runs did they have because he wasn't 100%? Like, all them runs, them 10 fouls in a row for Brian is because he was playing them motherfuckers as close to 100% as you possibly could be. It's an interesting argument. But yeah, I mean, that's what hockey people going to do. They just going to compare.
I just hate the
but you get what I'm saying,
idea of trying to compare.
You get what I'm saying, though? Like, when he talk about durability, I'd have been like, 10 finals in a row? You got to be different to make it through every single playoff run healthy, bro. The Warriors couldn't do 4. I mean, they got there. But they fell apart in that motherfucker, like, injury-wise. Like, it's hard, bro. So, that's an interesting argument that I would love to have with PK. Like, what do you value? You value just playing the game, or do you value being healthy enough to win the games? Because if that's the case, LeBron might be the most durable athlete of all time. Oh, Brady different.
That is a fair question to ask, though.
10
what do you value more? Playing the game as much as possible every game, or winning those
not
games?
Even winning, but just playing that deep into the season every season.
Because it's basically, what did Travis Kelce
It's not even
say?
about, I mean, winning, obviously, because you make that, but it's like the point is just playing that deep into the season.
Well, I bring up the point of Travis Kelce when they were talking about him coming back to the Chiefs after the Super Bowl loss, and he was like, I definitely had to have a conversation with myself about my body and health, because
it's insane.
Making these playoffs consistently over these last,
insane,
all these years, I'm basically playing a third, an extra season.
Bro, how many cap.
How
many hockey teams go back to back? Like, honestly, I don't remember the last hockey team that went back to back. I really don't. Like, I think it's just that hard, that durability. That's where it's just different, bro. And they don't take no breaks. So I don't know. It's an interesting argument.
At least for quickly touching on the NHL playoffs before we get the hell out of here. The Tampa Bay Lightning are minus 102 in the series in the Battle of Florida
for us,
going against the Florida Panthers.
We got a Battle of Florida round 1?
Crazy, dude. You have the Capitals as the 1 seed going against the Canadiens. Capitals heavily favored there. The Hurricanes, who are the favorite right now, the betting favorite to hoist the Stanley Cup, Lord Stanley, at plus 650. The Carolina Hurricanes plus 650 with the Avalanche at plus 700, and the Florida Panthers at plus 750. There are no New York Rangers, Carolina Hurricanes, so you don't have to worry about losing to them.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, God had to get his shit off.
I had to get my shit out there. And then you got, at least for the continued playoffs in the West, the Jets and the Blues. Jets heavily favored there. Cannot wait to see Winnipeg in the whiteout.
That's going to be sick.
For the playoffs. They will easily advance. And another fun series that we have consistently seen in the West, in the playoffs, are the Kings and the Oilers. Going to be a fun series. We can see if the Oilers can make it back to the Stanley Cup after the loss last year to the Florida Panthers. I will be taking the Oilers at -132 in this series to beat the Kings. And then you got the Vegas Golden Knights and the Wild.
What? You all right?
What's that? The Oilers?
Oh, I gotta get my eyes checked. I thought she said -112. I should go, what's up, bro?
Is that all right? Yeah, and then it's cool to look at how the bracket will look like. You got the Jets and the Blues. The winner of that will face the Stars and the Avalanche in a series that's going to be incredible in that one.
Wait, like the Leafs got the Senators, bro. This is so drawing because
I know. Watch Kachuk.
It's a 1-4, but this is the Senators. They built their team this year with aspirations to go to the Cup.
Absolutely,
like, they spent money and all that shit. And as a cat, and the funny thing, I'm looking at the bracket, I'm like, as a casual, I know that, so I know hockey sharps are like, yo, I'm taking the Senators.
And guess who has been telling me all about the Senators in the playoffs to get to the playoffs and make a deep run? Who? Kyle has been all over the Senators.
Any Maple Leafs?
And he's got the Maple Leafs this
bro,
I
think, you know what's funny? Just knowing nothing about, I'm the Senators are a team I'm betting probably a lot of games. I'm probably going to bet the Senators. Something else I'm seeing on the board, like, what kind of underdog value do we have here with the Canadians? Is it a magical season for the Caps, like that will be capped off, or are we seeing like
I think at least for the
classic, this team was insane regular season,
and then they get bounced.
I mean, their dog is 40-something years old talking about playing in Russia. Like, Canadians a pretty young team. Like, they got some young pieces. I remember the Flyers played them, and they had some nice young pieces. They probably a little older now. The bull Suzuki, he's still over there. Oh, he probably like 26 now, a little older. He's center. I might have to take a look at them boys in a couple.
But I would also say, just playing devil's advocate, you cannot have Ovi break Gretzky's record as all-time leading scorer.
Fuck, you can. What?
And then lose in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. You just can't let that happen.
We see the Bruins had the best season ever.
Bounced.
I mean, what the fuck you talking about?
How about the Lightning a couple years back?
What the fuck you talking about?
Swept by the Columbus Blue Jackets.
You almost see a 3-0 comeback in the final? Hey.
I can't see the Capitals finding a way to lose this series.
I'm saying win some games.
About magical
win
season.
Some games,
you know?
Win some games, though. Catch a couple plus 200 tickets.
I still have my Lightning ticket at plus 1,700.
Oh,
and they got the Battle of Florida.
Ooh, we stock up right now.
Yeah, we are stock up, but you got to play. You got to play the defending champs in the first round.
Good. Get them out the way early. Why you getting nervous? The key, you know who over there? You know who played for them? Like, why you worried, bro?
It is crazy though that the Avalanche are number 2 in betting odds to win the Cup.
You know who played for them, bro?
And they get the Stars. And like, I really, really, really want to take the Stars in the series, plus 126.
So it's gonna be.
But I don't know if I can do that. So I mean, I feel like I'm just letting the Stanley Cup odds kind of sway my opinion here.
Can we build something?
What do you want to build?
I'm gonna do it with you on my phone because I don't there has to be a system here. I picked 2 series for the correct score, exact score.
I don't want to do that in hockey though.
Why?
I feel like it's gonna be harder picking correct scores in fucking Stanley Cup playoffs.
So go to where's it at? Where's the over under? They don't got series over under?
Series total games over 5.5 for the Dallas Colorado.
Yeah,
I like that.
We could do like a little joint.
Let's do that. -188. The Dallas Colorado series to go to 6 games. I love that.
Maple Leaf series over.
Okay.
Over. That they them motherfuckers. I don't know what's gonna happen in that one, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Over 5.5.
They know. So why is that? I'm taking the Senators to win the series, bro. Why is that? What the fuck?
We know the history that the Leafs have in the playoffs. Choking.
Oh, yeah, we know.
Choking.
Yeah, we know.
But we're taking the over games here.
Austin Matthews overextending on defense.
Dallas.
Austin Matthews overextending on defense in the 4. You do it again in this shit.
Over 5.5 games in the Dallas Colorado series. Over 5.5 games in the Leafs and Ottawa Senators series.
The King series. That right? Gotta be We gotta see 6 games in that one. No.
Gotta see 6 games in the Kings and Oilers.
Right.
Over 5.5.
Is there an under here? White out.
Vegas and Wild. Is there an under here?
I feel like wasn't the Wild all right?
Ooh.
Wasn't the Wild
5.5 is the number.
Wasn't the Wild? The Wild wasn't they all right? They not bad, right?
What if we did? You know what? What if we did our under as the Caps? This one would be an over.
Oh,
Florida's.
Yeah.
5.5 is a number in every series. I mean, do we just take? We can't have every series going to 6 games. We just can't have that.
Yeah, we're calling a lot of bangers in this shit. Are we getting baited?
And we just take the under. I'm take the under in Washington.
I'm looking.
Washington wins 4.
Are we
wins
getting
in 5.
Baited? Are we getting baited? Look at the part. That's an ugly bitch. That's a foe. It's a foe.
Yeah, like right here.
That's a 4 out of 10.
So like, are we good with that? I kind of like that.
So what? It's the Lightning series.
Then this is simple too. This is very simple.
Under, right?
Yeah, this is very simple. The Hurricanes are going to murder the Devils. Murder.
Is there anything we can take out? What did we kind of?
I really love Dallas, Colorado over 5.5. I really love Kings, Edmonton over 5.5.
Tampa Bay, Florida, obviously. So
that's gotta be.
You don't like.
I'm
Senators.
shaky on Toronto and Senators.
Shit was minus.
Well, then let's leave it. Like let's leave it.
What happens if we take it out?
I don't necessarily know if I want to take it out because I think a lot of these series all have the potential to go to 6 games, except for Washington should win that in 5 and Carolina should win that in 5. I don't have a problem with this at all.
Oh, all right. You skipped over that. I mean, you did the little rundown thing. You skipped over.
I did, yeah. But then you look at it, it's like for Toronto for this to go to
they have to lose. They ain't gonna win a series 4-1.
No.
Right?
No. I am totally fine with this. That's plus 27.57. Over 5.5 Dallas, Colorado.
A little playoff sweat.
Plus 2,757. Under 5.5 games in the Carolina Devils series. Under 5.5 games in the Capitals Canadian series. Over 5.5 in the Florida series. Over 5.5 in the Kings Oilers. Over 5.5 in the Leafs Senators. Yeah. Over 5.5 in the Stars Avalanche. Plus 27.57.
This John lose, I'm gonna be like, you are dumb as fuck.
Watch this be like a full fucking face. Hey, we'll take it. That's the parlay. Shout out the playoffs. Playoffs are here. Stanley Cup playoffs. NBA playoffs. A lot of crazy things happening in sports.
Shout out to a couple gambling Twitter shout outs. First shout out, Kilkenny. Jesus Christ. I mean, heater.
Home run bangers.
Home run banger. Cap.
Oh my God, El Capitan is on a fucking heater.
Holy shit, Tommy.
Woo!
Home run bangers as well. I saw
Tommy, yep, I saw that.
On Twitter yesterday with the home runs. I gotta tap in, bro. I gotta tap in with the home run bets, man.
Yeah, everybody. And then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits his first homer.
Because when you're batting early in the season, it's kind of colder, windy. Then we get to this season, in late April, it's starting to get warm outside. Some of these pitchers, a lot of these pitchers ain't pitching as much as they used to be in spring training. I gotta get a couple of home run bets, and you saw I had a Dolis and Aaron Judge, ain't want. I put Taz Bradley.
When's it our time for a fucking home run like
it was last
banger?
Night.
You know what I mean? Like everybody seems to be catching insanely large winning tickets for home run bets. I mean, when is it our time, man?
Bitch him on my ear.
Oh my God!
Craft one right now.
I can't.
I would craft one right now, but we gotta get out of here. Unfortunately. But I will craft him right now.
All right, we're fucking out of here. Thanks for tuning in. All Day Bets, Alex Jacobs, Manny Ruffin. If you watched it on YouTube, you know what to do. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We appreciate you loyal audio listeners, wherever you may be listening to us in your ears.
Facts.
We will report back after the playoffs start. Have a great weekend. Hit your fucking bets. Do all the great things. We'll talk to you guys soon. All Day Bets.
System, 2:20 p.m.
Alex Jacobs, Manny Ruffin.
Minus 172. Do we take this over?